Alright, hey guys, what's going on? This is Sir Kingder here. Just wanted to do a little bit of a update video, I guess. It's update, kinda. I recently got a new trail truck here. It's another SCX10 Axial. Made a trade for it with a local dude here in town. And I had it on a couple runs, actually, and it's doing pretty good. I was thinking, kind of showing today, anyway, I was going to show kind of what type of tires I'm liking so far on it. Type of a setup I kind of want to run with it. I've used the setup that I would like to use with this truck in another truck that you've probably already seen. But, yeah, I'll get you in a closer look here, and I'll kind of show you what I got underneath the hood of this thing so far. But yeah, let's get you in a bit closer here. Okay, so, up front here, this had originally, well, of course, like I said before, it's an SCX10. I believe, I could be mistaken here, so don't quote me. I'm pretty sure this was the SCX10 Trail Honcho, because Axial released many SCX10s. I mean, you have the Honcho, you got the Dingo, you got the Jeep Rubicon 2012 Unlimited, you got a couple other Jeeps that they released, couple kits, RTRs, you know, like, they released quite a few. I mean, you got a good handful right there, so by the looks of the stock bumper, you can actually trim this. Normally it's a little bit wider, but you can actually undo a couple of the screws, and you can make this a little bit like in a smaller footprint type of thing if you don't want to obscure your tires getting over obstacles. So that's just the way it came. This was actually rocking a different lid. It was when I first got it. It was rocking this HPI body, this Nissan type of rally truck type of thing. Pretty sick looking paint on it. I would assume it probably came painted by the looks of the undercarriage here. Kind of a little beat up Lexan body, if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure this is Lexan. That's pretty much standard bodies for 10th scale stuff as far as I know. But yeah, just a little HPI body. It looks like it had a hole cut for a winch. Looks like it might have been a nitro body originally by the looks of the like part of the box missing. But pretty cool paint job, but not really something I would want to run on one of my trail trucks anyway, but still a pretty cool body. But yeah, I had this body sitting on the bench for quite a while. This is actually the first clear body I ever did up myself here. I used to run this on my old AX10 Ridgecrest back in the day. Ridgecrest has been sold. I didn't really have a use for it, but I mean, this body is still pretty wicked. I quite enjoy this body. Did quite a lot of stuff to it. Got my new GoPro up there. I was gonna film some stuff when I was out trailing with the guys last night, but GoPro battery was dead, so I charged that up last night when I got home. So hopefully I can get something going there. Got the good old club sticker there. That's always good to represent. You gotta help local guys. That's sick sticker. Looks pretty good there. So yeah, I mean, that's what the lid on this thing looks anyway. It's just a Chevy body, Chevy Blazer from Proline. Pretty straightforward. Take these pins off here. Put that off to the side. So let's see here. When I first got this truck, I haven't changed anything in this truck so far. Pretty straightforward. I find SCX10s rather easy to work on. If I usually if I have any questions or concerns, I'll hit up the guys at the hobby shop here. But if I have any questions or inquiries on stuff, kind of a second opinion type of thing. But for the most part, I mean, I know my way around these things pretty much good in my opinion. I've taken these things apart, rebuilt them a couple of times, waterproofing, you name it. I mean, they're rather straightforward. Looks like, if I had to assume here, the rail here is certainly not something that you would see stock. If I had to take a shot in the dark, by the looks of the chrome and the type of metal that it appears to be, I would assume that this is an Integy billet aluminum rail chassis for an SX10. That's just what it looks like to me. I don't see any Integy logos, so again, that's just an assumption. But by the looks of the metal and just like the camera may not be able to pick it up, but just the chrome type shine to it, it looks like it would be something from Integy. I guess I guess I could do shocks next, kind of get all the hardware out of the way. These are, I believe they are axial hop-up shocks. If they're not axial hop-ups, like per se hop-up, I would say probably something you would find in a kit, like the Dingo. They do have the axial logo on them. If I had to guess, I'd probably say the piggyback is probably operational. A lot of people don't know this, but some of the Integy shocks are a fake piggyback, so in other words, the piggyback is only there for appearance. Like, if you don't know that this here is the piggyback, it holds extra shock oil when the shock compresses. If it needs more, it has a reservoir that can feed in and release the oil that way. So when you fill your shock, it should actually fill up in here, and it'll fill into the reservoir into the piggyback. So that's what that is anyway. But yeah, some Integy shocks actually do in fact have a real functioning piggyback. A lot of people don't know that. Once you actually take it apart, you'll actually see it, like if you have Integy shocks. But again, some have the fake ones, but normally they do advertise that. But anyway, so yeah, axial shocks. Let's see here. Not entirely sure what these drive shafts are. I don't think these are the stock wild boars. These look more something like, again, they could be kit ones. I'm not 100% sure, but they don't look like the wild boars to me, because the spline, or like the licorice looking piece of the shaft, the actual internal rod, is not splined enough to make it look like a wild boar shaft. So that leads me to believe it may be something from a kit or some aftermarket part, but that's neither here nor there. These are all parts that had just come with this truck. Another thing I believe, this would lead me to believe that this would be a Honcho, and certainly not the Jeep. Battery tray is up front. Jeep, for some dumb reason, they had it in the back. Most trail rig owners and trailers know that you like to have your battery up front, just to have that extra bit of weight kind of give in the front, so when you're climbing up an obstacle, you got that nice front weight right on the front tires. But it's also not bad to have weight in the back too, like a little bit of weight, but not too much that you're going to end up falling end over end or falling back when you're climbing a hill or something. But I'm the type of guy that kind of likes even distribution, if not a little bit more in the front than the back, but still have some in the back. But anyways, looks like I got a stock spur and pinion, stock tranny. Don't think any hop-ups in this. A little crappy in my opinion anyway, or haters, likers, whatever. I'm not a fan of these. They're kind of a crappy motor. It's an Axial 27 turn. It's a stock motor that comes with these Axials. I believe it's a 20 turn in the rock race type stuff, like the Ridgecrest and the Wraith. But in these in the SX10s, normally you got your 27 turn. Not really great. You got some good speed behind it, but that's certainly going to be one of the first things to go in this thing when I do a rebuild. But To add on to the parts I kinda stay away from nowadays, you got your AX3 receiver slash transmitter from Axial stock. Not waterproof in the least. You could plastic dip this if you wanted to save a couple bucks, but I'll probably just be slapping in my standard used Spectrum waterproof, those new ones. They work really nice. If you've seen the last video of the waterproofing with the Sidewinder 3 ESC, the receiver I used in that rig was actually the 2-channel 2.4 gigahertz Spectrum, and piece of cake, took the water no problem. So I mean, I think they're 45 bucks for a 2-channel, so that's not bad. And I mean, you can go out and play in the water, no big deal. It looks pretty much, the rest of this is pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm gonna change out the spur and the gearing and stuff and the motor and go through the tranny, put in the metal gears and stuff. Links on this are actually good. I like these links. Bit of a rainbow of colors, but I mean, that's no big deal. Axial bent links. They're axial all around. Just different colors, really. I'm not really sure what length these are. Let's have a look. These are 101 mil by 6 mil. So yeah, 101 mil, I guess. I may change those out. I may not. Again, once I get the build rolling, I'll kind of see what I like, what I don't like, and go from there. I'll certainly be changing these front links. It's actually a 4-link it came with when I got it. I will be changing out these little plastic links. I have some Intigi aluminum ones on standby that I can just pop in there no problem. So that's no bigs. Diffs. I'll probably be going through these diffs. Probably be doing a bearing swap in diff 1 and diff 2, as well as, of course, the tranny, as I said before. Definitely spur gear. Pinion probably as well. And do new bearings all around. New gearing. Go with them beefy diff gears, make it a bit more heavy duty and solid. Probably lockers as well, but I mean, that's ways down the road. May do a build series if you guys want, but for right now I'm kind of just nitpicking, kind of seeing what I want, what I don't want, etc. So yeah, your ESC, I was told this one is from a vehicle known as the Ruckus. I'm not actually familiar with that type of rig, but this thing appears to be something made by Dynamite. It's a Taser 15T forward-reverse electronic speed control. If I had to really take a shot in the dark, I would assume that that's not waterproof. Don't know a whole lot about it. It doesn't appear to have drag brake the last couple times I was out. Kind of a sticky one too. Kind of unresponsive at times, but I mean, that could be because of the waterproofing or whatever. It's probably not something you would normally see in a scaler or a trail rig, but I mean, I'll probably just pop in the Sidewinder 3 and go from there. But I mean, that's a ways down the road still. I'm just speculating at this point. Nifty, it did come with a nice little Traxxas end though. Always like to see that. Traxxas or Deans are typically the way to go in my opinion. I'm a Traxxas guy, but that's just because most of my stuff's Traxxas, and just go from there really. These are not the tires that had come with it in the deal or whatever that I first got this rig. These had actually come with trimmed Ripsaw tires. Again, some people, those are one of the tires in my opinion that either you love them or you hate them. There's not really a gray area. I'm one of the guys that typically does not like the Ripsaws. I did not keep mine. I mean, I still have the ones that came with this, but I mean, the ones that had come with my other trucks and kits and stuff, I didn't hold on to them. I guess while we're back here, before we get into the tires, couple other things that had come with this. I guess these are, if I had to take a guess, these are billet aluminum Intigi rear axle hubs. Good to see kind of a couple hop-ups back here. That's always nice to see. Just stuff I'm not going to have to replace. So, or like, now anyway. I mean, I don't think those will break unless you really kind of kick it to the curb type of thing. But front steering link's also Integy. That's brand new, by the way. I actually had bartered this in the beginning, and it's back in my possession again, so that's kind of funny. Definitely going to upgrade these C-hubs as well as the steering knuckles. They typically like to snap and crack on you. I've had that happen a couple times before. So, and I guess I was kind of on tires there for a second, but I guess while I'm up front now. Traxxas waterproof servo. Not a fan of these at all. You got your typical your plastic steering horn here. Kind of a durable plastic, but I'll probably just put her in dynamite aluminum. I've never had a problem with those before. Trustworthy, cheap too. I've never had one strip, never had one break, nothing. So probably just pop in a dynamite and probably slap in either a high-tech or a Savox, kind of just hit or miss type of thing. I like my high-techs. They're pretty reliable. But again, neither here nor there at this point. Running, these are brand new 2.2 RC four-wheel drive mudslingers on Axial Rockster rims, beadlocks. These are air-filled. I don't run foams and tires nowadays. I like my just air. It can be a little tricky at times. There's a couple methods to do it. I actually did a video a couple videos ago of a tutorial on the deep freeze method with my my swampers with the Vanquish rims. But I did trim the little lugs out, each little lug. You can kind of see here if the camera kind of works with me. There was little lugs here and here and here, and they just kind of crisscross. They kind of do a little zigzag. If you take a nice pair of, I can actually show you here. Let's wheel my way over here. These are actually the scissors that I used to cut them out. Pretty straightforward. I got these at the hobby store. Little curved scissors. You can see a little bit of a curve in the blade there. Very easy to do. I had a couple pairs of these, so I just went across and snip. Made them as nice and true as I could. Pretty smooth. Makes a big difference when you're in snow, from what I hear. A lot of guys on YouTube, a lot of guys on the RCSparks Forum, as well as on our Red Deer and Alberta RC, Crawler Ted's Garage and whatnot. A lot of guys do trim their tires. Makes a big difference because the snow and mud and whatever doesn't clog in here. If you do not have those little lugs, so the tire will clear itself easier with a little help of wheel speed. Just throws it right out. Makes a big difference. I've had this rig out since I got it a couple days ago. I've had the rig out a couple of times, twice I guess, two actual group trail runs. So I've actually been able to see the potential of these tires. Very good in the snow from what I see so far. Again, I won't really see the absolute potential until I get a rebuild on this thing with the setup that I want. But yeah, really good tires. These are brand new tires, brand new rims. So I'm happy with these. I guess that's pretty much it for the most part. Again, I may do a rebuild series of this if you really want. But yeah, I'll keep updates on when and if that happens in the near future here. Probably upgrade the bumper too, get a winch on there, and new body, like that's a temp body. But yeah, just I ran this on my good old new max amps the other day. 8,000 milliamp, 7.4 volt, 150C dual core battery. Pretty big battery in footprint, same length and whatever, but certainly with the extra kick of the milliamps in there over like a 5,000 or a 5,600, you got quite a bit of it's like a double-decker bus effect. It's considerably taller. I mean, I can actually go over here if I have one handy. I think I actually left this in here. In the backpack. There we go. Here's a 5,000 milliamp 2-cell LiPo. Pretty standard. Just plasti dipped it just for water treating kind of thing. I like to do that. Put them kind of together like this. You can kind of see the height difference here. It's considerable. But I mean, you're looking at approximately the same length. Max amps may be a little bigger, but they do appear to be about the same size. So that's pretty much that ties into the rig. Here's the infamous crappy AX3 transmitter. Not really a fan of these. I'm certainly going to be putting in a waterproof spectrum and transmitter in this. Certainly. I'll keep you updated on what's going in, what's going out. So yeah, guess probably the next video I would like to do would be my tire kinda. I want to do a video on tires at some point. Take you a little bit of a tutorial of that, well, from my experience anyway. I don't own a lot of tires right now, but I do kind of understand the gist of most because I've seen a lot of people run a lot of different stuff, and I've asked them what they think and go from there. I have used quite a few tires in the time I've been in this, so I have a little bit of insight on them. But yeah, maybe in the next video I'll go over tires. But yeah, in the meantime, that's my my Axial rig rebuild. I do have my other SX10 sitting over there, kind of going under some updates on that probably in the future. A couple other new things are going to be going on that. It's my good old truck I used in the TTC 2013. That was really fun. I'll be going over a bit of that in the future. It's getting a bit of tune-up too. Lots of upgrades in that, just a couple of updates is all. But yeah, another SCX10 here. Wanted to get another one for quite a while anyway. Put the cap back on her. But yeah, that's her in a nutshell really. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you want me to do a rebuild series, let me know. But yeah, and I'll do a vid on tires in the near future. And I guess another thing I should point out while I'm on this, these are directional, so you want to make sure you get them on there right. But again, I'll cover that in the tire video. But yeah, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments on other vids and stuff. What you think of this rig. Yeah, I'm on the RCSparks Forum under Sir Kingdra, same name as my YouTube channel. If you like the vids and you want to see a couple more come up in the future, I go out trailing and stuff, and a couple builds and whatnot, so yeah, if you want to hit me up with a subscription, I'd certainly appreciate it, and you can kind of keep up to date with this. I hang out on the RCSparks Forum quite a bit. I like DJ Medic 2008's videos as well as Carl or Ted's vids. Great guys, great channels. They kind of got me into what I'm doing right now. So yeah, big thumbs up to them. I'll put a link to both of their channels and whatnot in the description below. And yeah, hopefully this has helped. I can even do tutorials in the near future if you guys like. I know my way around waterproofing and whatnot, but yeah, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So yeah, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you next time.